can unmute yourself for 2 seconds. Hi, Odette. Nice to see you. And everybody else. Stanley, welcome.
Thank you.
Dintley, Jackie, Mariette. Hello, Mariette. Show, man. Did you get 5-second break there, Mariette? Nushan, hello again. And everybody else. Cheryl, Stanley, Sylvia. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining. I have 36 people who registered for this. I know some people are late, and I'm sorry about that, but that's not in my control. I will give them all about another minute or so, and I think then we'll start at 3 minutes past 12, if you don't mind. So if you want to quickly go grab yourself a glass of water or something like that, you're most welcome to do that. As I say, I do apologize, but we are waiting on other people. We'll give them 2 more minutes, and then we're going to go start up the engines and fire off. Okay, I'll be back in 2 seconds. Oh, not 2 seconds, 2 minutes. Sorry. Okay, again, good morning to everybody. Thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate it. In case you're wondering who this is, my name is Deirdre. I work for Quick Software. I'm in the sales marketing training. I actually do a bit of everything. Let's just put it that way. So you're stuck with me for the next hour. This session shouldn't be very long. I know Cheryl asked, how long is this going to be? Cheryl, we should be done by 1, unless there's like millions of questions. In essence, what I would have wanted to cover, we should be done by that. If you need to excuse yourself, I will absolutely understand. It's going to be no problem whatsoever. The rest of them can stay on with me if they need to, but we should absolutely be done by then. Okay. Now, thank you again once for joining me. I know whoever was on the previous session, you probably all didn't even have a quick smoke break because we literally have like 5 minutes in between. So thanks for joining me again. I appreciate it. This particular session is all about retrieving of stuff. And when I talk about retrieving of stuff, we're talking about retrieving of vouchers and car hire vouchers, invoices into invoices, creditors into invoices, everything like that. But the big thing I do want to focus on is refunds. It seems there's a lot of confusion about what's going on with refunds, how they're supposed to work. What do you do with a cancellation penalty? Should it be a service fee? Shouldn't it be a service fee? Those kind of things. So I'm just going to talk to you from a quick trap perspective. If you're doing it differently in your office and you feel you want to share, let me just quickly tell my daughter to shush. Listen, honey, I'm in a training session. You need to be quiet now. Thank you. Okay. If you disagree with the methods we are going to show you, gladly disagree with me and show me a better way, because in the end it's for the betterment of everybody. It's not just for me. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to need to share my screen now. I'm just going to drag car hire over. And where's my settings? Here we go. Everybody ready? Let's do this rock and roll again. Okay, dokes. Let me grab that through there, put my chats on. If you want to chat, you're welcome to unmute yourself. I don't mind you unmuting yourself if you want to say something to me. But if you are going to have a conversation with somebody in the background, then I'm sorry, I'm going to mute you again. So it's not that I'm disrespectful to you. It's just the background noises becomes a little bit much sometimes. So we'll just do that. Okay. Okie dokie. Now this is my car hire vouchers. Let's go into invoicing because that's where most of the things happen. And invoicing, jump to the left. It's trying to do a little dance. Okay, in the previous section, we basically showed you how to create accounts. And we quickly went through and we showed you how to do invoicing. We spoke about service fees and merging and not merging and all of those kind of things. So I'm not going to go dwell into the setups of how to create those accounts. I'm assuming that you were at the previous session and that you're already familiar with it. My job right now is to try and make your job a little bit easier and to say to you that things can actually go faster if you use the retrieve methods. Now, when would you use a retrieve? Ideally, when you want to. Ruben says, yes, Ruben, I'm sorry you can't hear me. Can everybody else just tell me in chat that you can hear me, please? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, Ruben. Okay, let's, Ruben can't hear me, so it's no use speaking to him. Thank you, thank you. All right, okay, dokes. Earlier on, I'm going to share some documents. Let's do this. The first one I'm going to share, and I know we're not going to use all the stuff in here. Please don't think I am. It's probably overkill. It's just one particular document that I want to show. Can everybody see my screen? Can everybody see my invoicing screen? No. Oh no! Why is my invoicing screen not working? I'm going to kill it just now. Screen 2, share. Okay, tell me if you see something. And now my chat's disappeared. There we go. Still no. Okay, Ruben can hear me, but you still can't see my screen. Okay, let's do this. Let's share only invoicing screen and then we'll take it from there and see why it's doing what it's doing. It's full of nonsense today, this program. Share screen. Where's my invoicing? Okay, I've just shared my invoicing screen. I don't know if you can see. Again, just pop me a mail, gooi me a chat.
We can see now.
Thank you. I feel much better now. Thanks. I was worried there for a minute. I was like, what's going on? Okie dokes. Normal invoicing will require you to go to File, go New Invoice, and then you would have to have the supplier invoice in front of you, and then you would have to go and find out all the information, and then you open up your car hire vouchers, and you open up this, that, and the other, and it takes a heck of a long. Okay, now I have in chat, I don't know if you can see it, but I have actually shared a document with you. Does everybody have that document? It's called Training 1. Training Part 1. Okay, this was what we used in the previous session. Okay, in the previous session, it was really just showing you how to create all of these accounts. But what I want to go down to is, and if I can find the page, I'll tell you where to scroll down to. Page, it's for the Sabi River Sun. And now my PDF is not showing me which page number it is, but I think it's round about, let me just move my control because this control is very irritating. 9. Everybody can see page 9 for the Sabi River Sun on the document I've shared. If you didn't get the document, pop me a quick mail, or not a mail, just put it in here and I'll quickly share it again for you. All right, this particular transaction was for the Sabi River Sun. The passenger's surname was Mr. Antonio Vivaldi. All right, and he did some accommodation with us. He stayed for 3 nights and we have this whole thing. Now, when we have to do an invoice, okay, generally what would be required is we would have to type all of this information in ourselves, and we would have to start at the top, amending the date if necessary, the client's details, order numbers, booking numbers, all of that. And it is a cumbersome thing, especially if you choose a client with a whole lot of stuff. Now, what I want to share with you, and I'm going to try sharing it again, is get the real screen on that I want to share, and I told it to share. Can you all see my accommodation vouchers now? If anybody can just unmute them and tell me you can see my accommodation voucher screen, so I know.
No.
Or Odette, if you can see it, just go yes, nod. Yeah, thanks, Odette. Sorry, you're the only one look with the camera, so I'm using you as my guideline. If you're nodding, it's like, okay, she's okay. All right. We have the accommodation vouchers on my system right now. Now, you'll agree with me, people generally is not going to go stay at a hotel without a voucher. Do you agree? Now, in the voucher system, if I go into my voucher register, you will notice that there's a voucher here, voucher 389 for the Sabi River Sun. So if I open it up, it has my data in here, has my passengers' details, and it has my check-in information as well. Okay, makes sense what I'm saying? All right, it also has some rates and all of that. Now, as I said to you earlier on, when we invoice, we are required to capture all of this information all over again just to get that invoice going. Okay. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why everybody else can see the voucher. And it's not a printed voucher, it's just this. So I don't know if you can see my mouse going. Odette, can you see my voucher? Odette's saying yes. Why can some of you see and not some? You can see the invoice. Let's try again. Share screen. Okay, here's the voucher. We'll just have to keep on doing small screens. I'm going to tell Zoom their program's broken. Okay, here's the actual voucher. Can you all see my voucher in the voucher system now? This is the voucher that the consultant issued for this particular passenger. Now, first things first, I didn't have time to prepare because I had to quickly take over Swani's session. So this date is wrong, but you must please bear with me and pretend it's Feb, if you don't mind. Just pretend for now it's Feb. Consultant did the info. We've basically said that this account is coming back to the supplier, hence us receiving this invoice that I've now shared with all of you in the system. Now, instead of me capturing all of this information in a new invoice, I am going to do a manual invoice by Retrieval. And this is where you're going to be like, hopefully, if you know this already, it's going to be boring and you're going to snore a little bit. It's okay. If you're not off, I'll just start screaming a bit. Just want to share the screen. Are you seeing an invoicing screen right now? Yes? I'm hearing somebody speak. I'm muting people, I'm sorry. Okay, now in case you were wondering, I made a note and the voucher number is 389. If you didn't see that, I can quickly share it again with you. Let me share again. Sorry, it feels like I'm very disorganized. Notice voucher 389, guys. Everybody see 389? There at the top it says voucher 389. Make a small mental note because we have our supplier invoice and we now know that we can refer to voucher 389. When we go into invoicing, which is right here, I don't have to go and type up all the information anymore, okay? All I need to do is I simply go to retrieve. In the system, I'm going to say, what is the document type? And in this case, you'll agree with me, this is an accommodation voucher. So I select accommodation voucher from my drop-down list. I select the branch. So if you have more than one branch, then you'll be able to select. If you don't stress. It's okay. I really can't understand how some of you can see and some not. I'm very confused. Try again. Can you see this? The date's saying yes. Everybody else, I need a yes or a no. Yay, yay, yay. Woo! I don't know. I'm going to tell Zoom when we finish this and they ask, what did you think of the thing? I'm going to be like -10. Sorry for you. You're stuck. Okay. Right. So at the document type, we're going to click our drop-down arrow. Guys, if you're having problems, unmute yourself because if you speak to me, it's far easier for me to quickly react than wait for group chats. Okay. I don't mind you unmuting yourself if you want to say anything. Really, I'd rather prefer that. Okay. At document type, we're going to select accommodation voucher. As I said, if you have multiple branches, then select the multiple branch. And then at the document number, remember that voucher was 389. All I'm going to do is I'm going to tick 389 and tell the system to retrieve. Once I do that, my system is going to try and find the hotel for me. And if it has any errors, my system's going to be like, listen here, there's a bit of a problem here. And right now you can see here that my one system is dated in April and my voucher system is in June. So it's basically just saying here, listen here, why are you not up to date? If you ever get messages like this, just read the details and look at what the system is telling you to do. Okay. In essence, it will still pull it in. Now, typical messages that you will get, like I just got in that nice and purple, is basically saying, listen, you guys were naughty. In vouchers, you used one code, let's say XXX, for the Sabi River Sun, but in invoicing, you made it ZYZ, okay? If you get warnings like that, it's basically the system saying to you guys, just link the two for me, okay? And never create accounts in two separate places. Always create it in one place. That being said, if you have front desk, you're going to create in front desk. If you don't have front desk, you will create in invoicing, and invoicing will feed through to all the various other little programs you have. Okay. Right now, we have that invoice. Invoice 8592, we have the Sabi River Sun, and at the bottom here, very important, immediately my system says, listen here, this was pasted from my accommodation voucher number 389 by this person, this time, this date, which is cool. It's basically just saying, listen here, we retrieved this voucher. Okay. There is some red in my invoice. Can you see I have some red here, and I have some incomplete fields. Your job now is to go and complete the missing info. First things first, if you don't have booking number activated, don't freak out. I've got everything switched on here. If you don't have it on your system, it is quite all right. We just have them set up because we need to show you every single thing and some more. Okay, so I unfortunately have to capture stuff. I'm just going to quickly, I'm sorry, just mute somebody who's got some background noise there. It's going to make an effect on the video. Sorry about my Yorkie going mad. I don't know why. Okay. This land item imported from the voucher, and it was cute and it was cool, but can you see we are missing some critical information? Can you see the supplier invoice number is missing? Should the system be able to do an invoice without a supplier invoice number? No. My system brings it up in red because it's like, danger, dudes, something is missing. I can't just go and do this invoice now. Please give it attention. And my job now is, of course, to compare it to my supplier's invoice that I have now received from my supplier, in this case, which is Sabi River Sun. So what do? Quickly compare. Is the supplier the Sabi River Sun? According to that printout, that I uploaded, it's on page 9. It is the Sabi River Sun. It was for accommodation, so yes, that's fine. Is it domestic travel? Yes, because it's in South Africa. Is my passenger's details correct? Is it Vivaldi Antonio? Can you compare it to your supplier invoice? Do you agree with me? Can you see his name on that invoice? Yes, it is Vivaldi. If you don't have that document, please tell me so I can upload it again for you quickly. Do I need to upload again?
Yes.
Yay, okay, I'll upload again. Okay, the page that you're looking for is page 9. It's busy uploading. We'll give it 1 second. Apparently it's uploaded. The manual says Win INV Training Part 1. The page I'm looking at is page number 9, which pertains to the Sabi River Sun. So just see if you've got that printout, or not printout, listen to me, that PDF document. If you do, just pop me a yes or say yes so that I know you have it. Otherwise, I need to make another plan, or I'll just pull it across. Did you get it? Densley, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let's see if I can pull this across. All right. Do I need to show you where I'm getting the information, or can I assume that you can see it? If you want me to show, just type in show in the chat quickly, then I'll show you where I get my info. All right. I'm not getting any shows, therefore I'm assuming that you know what we're doing. All right. So passengers details, right? The travel dates I have, remember I said to you I ran out of time because I had to do emergency. You can't see it, didn't they? Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to stop my sharing. I'm going to share again. Sorry about this. Let's get the right documents up. Show all windows. Yeah, show me all my windows. No, that's not the one I'm looking for. That's okay. All right, can you see the Sabi River Sun?
Yes, I can.
All right. Now, just to quickly show you, passengers details is here. Vivaldi Antonio is here. Your arrival and departure dates that we're going to capture on the invoicing module is here. Your supplier's invoice number will be here. Your confirmation number that we're going to use will be here. We have rates. Can you see those rates per night? 1701. And we have some amounts that we need to complete. Okay. I'm going to take this screen away and I'm sharing again my invoicing screen so that you can see what's going on invoicing. All right, so back into invoicing. Let me just get my screen across so that I can see what I'm typing. Oopsie, a little bit more. Otherwise you guys can't see. Okie dokie, so here we go. We already have the passenger, so I don't have to type that in. Do I need to change the dates? Yes. Change the dates to what they're supposed to be per your supplier invoice. Do you agree with me? Now, do we have our booking reference? No, I don't have one. It's an optional field, as you can see. If you did have your own booking mechanism inside your office and your own internal thing, then you would enter it, but it's not necessary. My system automatically, and you can see it's grayed up, tells me that the voucher we were using for this retrieval was voucher number 389. And it also tells me my supplier reference. Now, remember I said to you we have a supplier reference and it's called the confirmation number. If you look at that supplier invoice number, the supplier's invoice number is that 4157553/ and then a whole lot of other digits. You can go and capture it exactly as per the supplier thing. Now, remember, all of the info you see here was pulled in from the voucher. It's not from the invoice yet. We're just now comparing supplier invoice versus voucher. And what we need to do is we need to make the necessary amendments. And you can see here, we had a short confirmation number. The supplier invoice has a longer one. What do I need to do? I need to go and edit it. I need to go and change it. And I need to make it a copy of the actual supplier invoice. Why is it important? Guys, when you do reporting, this becomes super, super, super important. And you can see here, we have a limitation. Can you see that? I can't put in the last 1160. So clearly this confirmation number is too long. Try and put in as much as you possibly can. Some of you might use it, some of you might not. I can't put in, the minute I go over, can you see it goes over, it just stops. And I'm trying to type and it's not doing anything. You can probably hear my keyboard going clunk, 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 clunk. All right, so try and put in as much as you can. Do we have a supplier invoice number? Anybody? We do? Where do we get it? Where do we find this invoice number? Is it the folio? Yeah, okay. So is it just the first section or is it the last section or is it actually everything? And this is where this becomes you can unmute yourself because we're going to have a chat about this now. Quite right. It is under your folio/invoice number. And if you look at your folio invoice number, it gives you a 64973/23629. Now, do you guys put in everything? Do you put in only the last bit? Do you put in the first bit? What is normal in your office? And there's no wrong about this. That's why I say this is a general discussion. Badia is saying we put in everything. Anybody else?
Just invoice number.
You just put in the 23629. Okay, nothing wrong with that, Vanessa. I'm assuming it's Vanessa who just spoke to me now. Okay.
We put the confirmation number.
As an invoice number?
Yeah.
Why? I'm not saying it's wrong, I'm just asking why.
Because it's easier to trace when you do it in vouchers. You've got the confirmation number, so it's easier to trace.
But if you're retrieving this, Oki is going to update it in any event for you with the supplier invoice number, the real supplier invoice number, and your invoice number.
I'll try it.
Daniel, please, I would suggest if you're using this retrieve function, remember what happens in the voucher system. The minute we've invoiced this and we've added their invoice number, our invoice number, and all the other information, in vouchers, it goes back to vouchers, it updates, and it puts supplier invoice number, quick trav invoice number, and the amounts and all of that jazz for you. I don't want to say you're wrong, but I would think about the invoice number rather than the confirmation number, because if you have a proper audit trail, then they're going to say, but where's the invoice number for 4157553, and you're not going to have it. So just think about that. I'm not saying it's wrong, just think out of the box. Okay. Guys, with regards to your supplier invoice number, whether you put everything starting with 64973/23629 or only the 23629, it is really a personal preference. But what you need to remember is that you need to have a fail-safe in place. If you get somebody new and you've used, let's say for instance, you've used only the 23629. If you get somebody new in the accounts department, and let's say they're helping you out, and they get a copy of this from Sabi Riversun saying this is unpaid, and they look at this number as the invoice number being 64973/23629, my system will allow it to invoice again. It is not going to come up with a screaming match telling you that, listen here, you've already invoiced it. So if you have something set in your office, operating procedure, make sure everybody understands exactly what you want and from which fields you want per every supplier. Because if you don't, you will duplicate these invoices, which is maybe a good thing because you'll get hopefully extra money from your corporate if they're not bright enough. But I can promise you now, your reporting will become a nightmare. Your creditors paying them will become a nightmare because this is a cash invoice, which means you will duplicate payment to them if the accounts person in the back on creditor side is not absolutely 100% wide awake. Okay, it can create havoc. I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong. I'm just saying make sure whatever you are using, every single person from invoicing right through to creditors, through to the recon people, everybody is following the same thing. Okay, at this point in time, if I put that invoice number in there, my system is not warning me that there was already an invoice done for it. I have done, I think, an invoice previously. Okay, now remember I was just talking about if you keep it all the same, then my system will warn you if there's a duplication. Okay, remember earlier on, you guys said you only use the invoice number, only the last bit, the 23629. So when I put in only the last bit, the 23629, my system said, Laka, thank you, please go on. When I put everything in, and again, I'm not saying you're wrong, just make double sure everybody's on the same page. When I put everything in, the minute I hit enter, my system screams, hey, 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 this invoice was already done on the following invoice number. Okay. Please be wary. Make sure your operating procedures are standard across the board and everybody knows exactly what you want, because if you don't, you'll get duplications. All right. My whole point was just to show you that it will warn you. I think somebody on the previous class asked if it will warn. It will warn. You've just seen now. Okay, let's continue on. Once you've done that, you now need to compare your totals. I have a total of 6840, and let's see if it compares to what the system has. The system's like, no, dude, if I look at my supplier invoice, my total is 5,332 Rand and 43 cents. You all seeing that? Now, do I leave my amount the same, or do I change it back to the supplier total? Please tell me you're going to change it back to the supplier total, because the supplier invoice is correct. Okay, so go and tell my system that, listen here, you are smoking something and it's not the right stuff. As soon as you do that, my system is going to attempt to recalculate the VAT for you. You can then go and do the VAT split according to the supplier invoice, which was also 695.53, so I don't need to make any changes. Now, middle section, as you all know, is not compulsory, so you can basically ignore this. At your units, how many units did we have? 1, 2, 3, or 4? We only had 3 units. We didn't have 4 units, hence the difference in the calculation. On the right-hand side, my system then talking about COM. Now again, as per our previous conversation, you need to find out from the hotels if you're getting COM, and if you are getting COM, you need to go and put that up in the setup of the supplier. So let's say Sabi River Sun is not giving us any COM, but my system keeps on bringing up this pesky 10%. Whilst you're in this land arrangement, you can actually go in, click on the setup, and you can actually go and change the commission to 0. Okay. Once you've done that, my system will then always remember and it won't harass you for commission again. Vanessa, I think you're probably quite right, because I just had a look now. I have a clear case of dyslexia today, or maybe I'm just too lazy to type. But well done, Vanessa. 300 points credit to you. I think you're like right in front today. I think you're the leader, hey? Okay. Vanessa pointed out I had a rate of 1710 and the actual supplier invoice was 1701. Again, accuracy is key. Very important when you do these stuff. They will make a huge difference on your reporting. This middle section is purely for reporting. So if it's wrong, you're going to report the wrong stuff. Thanks, Vanessa. You're super awesome. Okay. Once you're done, simply click on Save. And now you can add a service fee if you want to. I'm just going to rush through this because I want to show you what happens in vouchers. Ooh, I'd like to say 1,400. I don't think they'll accept that, hey? Right. Once you're done, this is invoice number 8592. Do you agree with me? You can see it says 8592 at the top. And we know our voucher that we're talking about is voucher 389. How do I know that? It's telling me at the bottom. Once I'm done, if I go to Save, my system will give me my accounting analysis where I need to decide what is what and do I agree with it. Did we get only 100 Rand COM? Credit control, if you don't have credit limits activated, you're not going to see this. If you do want to know more about it, there is a session, I think, tomorrow for that. Once you're done, simply click on Save, and it now tells you that this voucher was successfully closed. Now I want to show you what happens in the voucher system, okay? I'm going to have to stop my sharing and reshare again. Sorry about this. We're almost there. All right, can everybody see my accommodation vouchers? Now immediately, previously, if you can recall, this voucher status was set to hold. And it was in this nice bright blue. It's now changed the status to closed. And I have it open somewhere, so I need to find it quickly. I'm just going to do this. All right, now it's a bit big here. Okay. Now at this point in time, I'm just going to close because I don't like the way it looks, and I'm one of those weirdos. Much better. My voucher won't allow me to edit anything. Can you see that? But what is important is now in the supplier invoice, and that's why I said to you, Daniel, keep that in mind, my baby. In the supplier invoice, it will keep track of the supplier invoice number, so no longer just your confirmation number that you have there, your actual supplier invoice number, as well as your QuickDrive account number. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Now, what is important and what you all need to remember, and if you're not in accounts, forgive me, I'm going to go into a bit of accounting details now. Why is it so important to use your retrieve functionality? And we can retrieve car hire as well if you want to. Why is it so important? Because the minute you use the retrieve function in invoicing to retrieve either a car hire or accommodation voucher, my system will go back into that specific program. In this case, it was my accommodation vouchers, and it will write the info in for you and change your voucher status. Now, guys, when it changes the voucher status, it makes it so much easier for you to do commission tracking in the voucher system. And for those of you who are using it, you'll absolutely agree. For those of you who's not using it and doesn't know about it, you obviously missed out the session last week or the week before where I handled that. If you need it again, you need to send an email to sales@quicksoftware and say, guys, can we please have referral debtors again? And I will show it to you again. But this Oki, retrieving the vouchers, will literally make your commission referral statements in vouchers where you can run those statements and get them. It will literally keep them up to date so you don't have to manually go and do things in invoicing and do things in vouchers and do things in invoicing and do things in car hire. Use the retrieve function. Guys, it's very, very important. Now, that being said, the only thing I've done right now was the retrieval of a hotel voucher. I can tell you that I can do the same for car hire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you car hire quickly. Okay, this is the car hire vouchers. All right, and you can see here that I have this voucher number. I'm just going to write it down: 125400101. Okay, in the same breath as I showed you earlier on. So here's my voucher. It is for Avis car rental. It was for a Mr. Quick Dash Soft. Look at that spelling. That's way wrong. Somebody should get like minus 10 credits for that because that naming convention is incorrect. But in any case, Auckland Park, da-da-da-da-da-da. I can do, oops, let me just cancel that. As I said to you earlier on, I can retrieve car hire vouchers as well. So now, here we are in invoicing. I can also retrieve a car hire voucher by simply clicking on retrieve, car hire, and giving the car hire voucher number. I'm getting a message here saying, listen, I'm not quite sure which Avis is which Avis. All I need to do is I need to link it one time, only one time, because you'll see I've got an Avis code there, but in invoicing my code is AVI. Once I need to do it, and it is linked forever. What does it do? I didn't do anything. The system imported all my header information for me that it could. I need to put in missing stuff. And it also imported my car hire voucher, as much info as it possibly could. And all I need to do is type the information in, change amounts if applicable, change VAT and COM if applicable. System will tell you that it is based from car hire vouchers. If I save now and I go into my car hire vouchers, which I've closed incidentally, my system will do exactly the same as vouchers. So if ever I want to pull a report on uninvoiced vouchers, whether it's in car hire or in accommodation vouchers, those things are updated 110%. I cannot emphasize this enough. Retrieve, retrieve, retrieve. Yes.
Sorry, I just want to find out, can you just go into that invoicing details on that voucher?
Sure.
Yeah. I've got a bit of a situation. My
Sure.
client gives me their credit cards to reconcile, and on the credit card, I get the actual confirmation number, the reservation number. Now, when I search under invoicing and I search for the supplier reference number, if the confirmation number is not under invoice number, I can't search for that reservation number. Is there another way I can do this? Because even if I've got the reservation number under supplier reference and the supplier invoice number is the correct as per the invoice, I can't pick up that specific details on the invoice because I don't have vouchers, car vouchers on my system. Do you understand what I'm asking?
Yes. Let's see if I'm going to answer you correctly though. Okay. You should be able to get all the information, if whatever is ever captured on any line items and any field, and I'm talking about any field, okay? Whether it's captured in the supplier reference or the supplier invoice number, these kind of things you'll always find under your detailed transaction register. Have you played in here and have you played with supplier reference?
That's where I go in all the time.
And you can't find it under supplier reference?
No. Because when a supplier reference pulls up the actual supplier invoice number, not the reservation number.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's test it. Can we test? Do you mind if I test? I'm one of those testing people. ZZZ11111111. Okay, wait. Let's make it easy. Let's just do it my surname because then nobody's going to use my surname for a supplier reference. Hey, all right. So let's pretend we're going to save this and it's okay. That okay? You're playing with me hypothetically. We're doing the thing, no?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. So now the invoice number was 1154544, but the supplier reference was my surname Zoiner. If I go in here, I see what you mean. Why is it doing that? I'm going to murder it. No, I won't really murder, but I do want to find out why. Very good question. I'm going to come back. Please, will you pop me a mail? Do you have my email address?
Yes, I've got your details.
My love, please send me an email because that shouldn't do that.
Okay, so we'll do, yeah.
But let's see if this is going to help. I don't want you to run a report, but I'm now going to run a report because I want to know. This is D2, so I'm just going to do, say, this client code. I just want to see if I can give you a workaround. I'll ask them to look at that because it should be giving, yeah, they've made a mistake. Well, I think it's wrong. I agree with you. We shall fight with them. Pick up the pickaxe. We'll go fight with them.
Yeah, that is because it's a mission to try and link up the confirmation numbers to the invoices because I can't sort them.
Either that or they need to give us an extra field here because they can't put a supplier invoice number in the supplier reference and the supplier reference is different from the supplier invoice number because then everything I've just been saying is absolutely gobbledygook, isn't it?
That's true.
Okay, let's see. Find. See if it has something about suppliers. Sorry for my mousey going. Sounds dreadful, hey? Supplier reference, we're going to use that, okay. Is that the only one it has? Looks like it's the only one. Okay, let's say select. Build, view. It should have been D2. Okay, there's supplier reference there. What's it doing here? Did I put it right at the end? I will come back to you. It shouldn't be doing this. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Million points credit to you because that's according to me, they might fight with me, the programmers, but for me, this is a logical bug. I will go fight with them. Million points to you. I don't know how we're going to redeem it, but we'll make it.
Yeah, that's my only solution was to actually put the reservation number in the supply invoice number.
I'm sorry about that. I will go ask the questions. And hopefully please pop me a mail so that I remember it's you.
Okay, sure.
So I can give you feedback, okay?
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm going to kill them. I'll break some knees, okay? As soon as this lockdown's over and they're in the office, I'll go break a knee. You must just say left or right. Okay.
No problem.
All right. Guys, no, thank you. That in essence is your retrieval, okay? Any questions about your retrieving. And you can literally, if you remember, if you're going to retrieve, you can do hire accommodation, an invoice into another invoice, a credit note into an invoice into a credit note, a pro forma. I can make you absolutely go dizzy with what you can retrieve in. But you can see the benefit of using the retrieve button. The nice thing about that retrieving is it's a mirror copy of whatever was either in another program or on that particular invoice. And it also keeps tabs, in case you were wondering. It actually keeps tabs because remember, it is giving you the, oopsie, my bad. It is giving you a paper trail. Okay. Next thing I want to quickly open up, if you're all with me, I'm sending you a document called Win Invoicing Training Part 2. Now this particular session, whoever does refunds, you're welcome to stay on. For those of you who does not do refunds and don't want to know how to do a refund, I will excuse you because I'm going to go do refunds now as per the BSP billings. So if you don't want to sit in, I promise I'm not going to be angry. Okay. I'm just opening up my document so I can show you what that is. All right. I'm not sure what my sys screen is sharing, so I'm just going to quickly share with you. Daniel, can I make your questions live? Do you mind if I share your question, Daniel? Because I think everybody is asking this question, and I think it's a good question. We've had, thanks. Everybody has said, guys, thank you for the training. Thank you. We love the training. But guys, we don't want to go play with our systems. We don't want to play with our live data. We don't want to go and do all these funky things you're doing now because don't you guys have a demo data? Okay, the answer at this point in time is I don't have demo data. For us to give you access to demo data means we need to give you an RDP license. And as you know, and those of you who already have RDP licenses, it becomes a costly thing. I'm fighting for some licenses, and I will get back to all of you the minute it's done. I'll probably release a newsletter. And if I get my way, the hope is that I will allow you to go and play on my demo data and go and switch on the things and switch off the things in like our sessions. So you'll basically go in and you'll book our session. Thanks, Mariette. Love you. Thanks for joining. So yeah, I'm trying to organize demo data so you guys can play and not affect your live data, but it's not there right now. Okay, so we'll get there. And we will send out an email. Okay, I'm hoping to I'm fighting for a Daniel if that answers your question. Okay.
You're fighting for a lot of things.
Yeah, right now I don't think I'm very popular at Quick because I'm like, guys, we want this. Guys, we need that. And they're like, Deirdre, you're like overzealous. I'm like, I know. I'm demanding. I'm like the little brat child who wants. But yeah, hopefully it's for the better of everybody. But we will work on trying getting you demo data up and running so you can play with it. What I can do is I can give you access to the demo data for the web documents, which is your vouchers and your car hire vouchers. But that's not your legacy programs. As I say, those are the applications we have in the cloud. So you can do it from your cell phone, your tablet, your computer, anything that has a web browser. I'm very excited about that because I can't say we're going to do away with legacy, but it'll give you the flexibility to work from anywhere, literally a cell phone, a tablet, whatever the case might be. But let's get back into refunds, if you don't mind. I think refunds are the bane of every travel agent's existence, especially if you, I'm assuming all 26 participants that's joined me now, I'm assuming all 26 of you are in the accounts departments and refunds is a daily occurrence in your office, and it's one of those nerve-wracking things where you don't know what to do, or stupid things like IATA is just putting a cancellation, the VAT on cancellation penalty as cash. Now, I don't know, can you all see my PDF document? If somebody can just tell me, can you see my Win Invoice training thing where I've got some refunds loaded here? Yes, thank you, Badia. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correct. If I'm not, you please need to let me know how it is. Thanks, Nushan. Okay, dokes. Now let's quickly look at the refunds we have on here. Thanks, Johanna. Okay, so this is the first refund we have. This is on 176, and if memory serves correct, 176 is actually Emirates Airlines, and it looks pretty straightforward. They've given us a transaction total of exactly how much they are refunding, which is 6861. They then tell us that the form of payment is a credit card. Right, so the credit card, 6861. I then have a fare. I have a heck of a lot of different taxes here. Doesn't it just frustrate the living hell out of you that they've now not given us a subtotal on the taxes? Okay, that's a side issue. Let's get off the soapbox. Deirdre, focus. Okay, and then they've gone and they've thrown in a cancellation penalty in here of 1398.50. Yeah? Okay, so what do we do with that? They then have a COBL, or is it CDBL? I don't have, I can't see my specs, of 4790, which I can tell you now is the exact same amount as the fare. Yes, Daniel, it's very painful. I'd rather go to the dentist than do refunds, but that being put aside, we do have to do them. Okay, so this Oki seems straightforward. The only thing I can see that's missing is a cancellation penalty of 1398.50, which we will need to go and tell our system. You agree with me? Cool. Let's look at the second one. The second one is saying, okay, this is again a refund, 157. I'm not sure who's 157. If anybody knows, woo-woo, 5 points credit to you. It feels like it's Air France, but it probably isn't. They then say we have a form of payment of cash and credit card. But then they go down and they say, but the total that it's supposed to be is 10,114.93. And now you're like, which one is the right one? And anybody want to quickly guess which one's the right one? Top, middle, bottom, show of hands. Who's going for middle? You can unmute yourself, eh? I don't mind. Oh, bottom seems to be the answer. Okay, I like what you're saying, guys. You're getting good, very clever. You're probably going to train me now, hey? Listen, if I need to give you remote control of my PC so you can take over training, guys, I'd love it. Okay, so if you disagree, shout Deirdre, and Deirdre will give you the screen to share. Okay, so we have some fare, we've got taxes, YQYR again. We have a cancellation penalty. It shows us the fare again. Okay, there's no com. And then it's some goes out here on tax, on commission nogals. Now, can you see where they throw this? ZVCP 205.50. Now, guys, how can you have, okay, and this is me just having my little rant. I'm getting on my soapbox now. If anybody wants to join, there's more than enough space for all of you. But I'm getting on my soapbox. How the hell can you say tax on commission 205.50 if there's no commission? Okay. Guys, in case you're wondering, I'm being sarcastic, and the answer is this 205.50, in case you did not know, is actually the VAT on the cancellation penalty, which is 1370. It's like IATA ran out of space and they didn't know where to put the damn stuff, and they just wanted to confuse you, because if you look at it, this cancellation penalty, the VAT on the cancellation penalty, they've somehow decided that, listen here, yippee-ki-yay, it's now also cash. So how can a cancellation penalty be credit card, but the VAT on the cancellation penalty can be cash? I'm not going to even go on about it. I'm just going to say IATA didn't think this new billing through, and they've absolutely made it an absolute nightmare for each one of you having to capture these stuff. All right, there's good news and there's bad news. I'm going to show you how to get past it. All right, we then have other types of refunds. We have normal refunds here, again with cancellation penalties and stuff here. Now, can you see this airline, which is 157, takes this cancellation penalty and they throw it in cash. Can you see that? Right? Cool. Here's SAA for you. Hello, SAA. Thank you very much. Do we also have VAT on the cancellation penalty? Yes. Did they also throw it out? No. Why? Because this whole ticket is cash. Okay, it's a trick question. I was checking if you're awake. If you were awake, well done. If you weren't, I've just scared the living daylights out of you. I'm sorry. I have no sense of humor. Very nasty. Okay. I'm going to take this screen and I'm going to move it to my left screen so I can actually show you how to do these refunds. Anybody want to ask anything about things on this particular page right now before we dig in our heels and we start doing these refunds? You're welcome to unmute yourself. I'll give you some time if you want to ask a question about something you see on here that you want to ask. If it's on the second page, by all means, call me. Just direct me to it and we can quickly go and discuss it. Any questions? If you have none, just say no and I'll continue on. Mary Jane's saying no. Tohana is saying no. Go ahead, no, 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 no. Okay, I was actually hoping I can take a sip of my coffee, but yeah. Good, let's move it across. Okay, I'm doing my screen share. Again, we'll go back into invoicing. All right, everybody can see my invoicing screen? Okay. Now, technically, what is the first step you will have to do? Yay, we got this whole billing now. Boo, we have to do the refunds. Your very first step would be to try and figure out on this particular refund who it was for. Now, the easiest way of doing that is to click on this little icon here, which says Display Ticket History. Another way of doing it is also in your invoice register to go and click, not your invoice, your detailed, transaction register to use ticket history. So it's either this button here at the bottom, or it's like an American flag, I don't know, the looking glass piece of paper with lots of lines on it. Same thing will happen. When you click it, type in that refund number, and my refund number is 3764552869. Did I just like miss a number? I did. 3764552869. Is it not picking up a ticket number? I'm quite certain I did a refund. Clearly I didn't. Okay. So what happens if you can't find this ticket, guys? Does it mean you never invoiced it? Or does it just mean it doesn't find a refund for it? Bye-bye, Cheryl. Love you to bits. Next time. Anybody want to take some guesses? Why is it not appearing? Mary Jane says it's an old ticket. Debbie is saying I never invoiced it.
I think never invoiced.
Guys, I never invoiced it. So the first thing I'm going to have to ask is, why was this not invoiced? And this is where it comes back to that BSP billing. Mary, let me tell you why you are partly right. If you don't see it in the top, can you see your automatic ticket history? If you don't see it in here, you are spot on, Mary Jane. It's because it's an old ticket and it's not in my current ticket history. But if you don't see it at the bottom, then everybody else is right. Because it means it was never, ever invoiced. Sorry about my Yorkie making a noise. I don't know what she's on about. There's probably, I don't know, a bird on a tree, knowing her. She's got a very wicked sense of humor. Okay, so yes, Mary Jane, you're right. It's not a current ticket, but everybody else is also right. I was naughty and I never invoiced it. So what do I do now? How am I going to know who this client is? How am I going to know what exactly is happening? It's now me doing a mad rush, going back into Galileo, trying to find that PNR. If you have historical PNR, then you're going to have to pull it up. You now have to go full on investigation mode because nothing is going to find this ticket for you. You have to start at source, finding the ticket, finding the passenger, running to the consultant saying, why on earth was it never invoiced? They're going to point fingers to the accounts department. So you run to the next person in the accounts department and go, what? Okay, guys, you can't do a refund if you don't have an invoice. So at the very beginning, start with the invoice and then work your way through on that. Okay. Let's try another one. Let's see if I've done this okay. I'm going to go over down to the second one, which is that 5071. Let's see if I've done that. 507381422. I don't know if that's a 6 or 8. Ah, okay. I'm looking at the second refund now, which is the one that's got that cash portion for the cancellation penalty, remember? Can you all with me? Didn't take care, my friend. Okay. The second refund is 50738142228. And it has a cash portion and a credit card portion refund, and then it has a total. And most of you said the bottom one's the right one. And I'm like, yay! I do agree with you. Okay. Now, in this particular instance, it's not in my ticket history, so it's not something current. It was it wasn't imported, but it does have something in my invoice history. So from here, I can either quickly jot down the account number. Can you see it says D30 with P&R details? Or if I don't like this small view, I can simply double click and it will open up the original invoice. So what is it we're grabbing from here? All we're really grabbing from here at the top is your invoice header information. Can you see that? So it's just the top section. So it's account D30. Numandi was the chick who did the invoice, and the booking number was 25454. I'm now ready to do this refund. Okay. How am I going to do it? I'm going to go to File, New Credit Note. And unfortunately, as you can see here, I have to complete some stuff at the top before I can get into my line items. My client's account, D30. And if you're wondering where I'm getting it, remember it's there, D30. And the booking number, I opened it up, so I've got it. Right. Now at this point in time, I need to go and put in the refund. What is the difference between a refund notice and an error reversal? Does anybody know? Anybody want to venture a guess? Anybody want to unmute themselves? There's no wrong, there's no right. We all have different viewpoints, so you're not going to get it wrong if you do want to guess. Anybody want to guess? I'm going to mute myself and take a sip of my coffee.
I think I'll hazard a guess. Your error reversals is when you do a ticket and you want to reverse that ticket, maybe it's incorrect. But the refund notice is basically done for the refund on a ticket that's already been invoiced.
Whoever took that guess, or who was the person who did that? That was awesome. Brenda. Brenda, was it
Yes.
you?
Yes.
Yes. Brenda, you are 100% spot on. Who said, Nayasha, can you not retrieve using invoice number? You can. But, why are we not using the retrieve function? I'm going to show you. Okay, let's quickly do this invoice. I'm going to show you the retrieval here, and then I'm going to run a BSP report. I hope you're in it for another half an hour because this is important stuff, okay? A lot of people are retrieving. What Brenda said is 100% spot on. If you do a credit note and you retrieve the original invoice, all it's going to do is it's going to reverse the air ticket. When you run your BSP recon, I don't know who does BSP recon, but if you run your BSP recon, you're not going to find those refunds in the refund section. You're going to find them in the air ticket section. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me finish this and then I'll show you, because now I'm going to lose my thing here. Oh, wait, let's see. Will it allow me? It will. It's nice. Okay. If you just do a normal retrieve. Oh, okay, let's rather export. There's not a wrong, there's not a right. Just keep in mind that you're not going to find the things where you want them. Now, where's my little screen? Yeah, I've exported. Go. Ah, okay, so you open, but you don't want to show it to me. Why is it doing this? Does anybody know why this thing is so stupid and it's not maximizing my stuff? And I can't see it anywhere here. All right, we'll have to preview it then. Fine. I'm going to have to share again. Let me just pull this across. Sorry about that. Where's that report? Please see this BSP listing screen. Just a quick show. Yes, no. Can you all see my screen? It says demonstration travel and it's got a BSP listing. Oh, I'm sorry, let me get rid of my noise, my noisy dog. Nushin says yes. Can everybody else see it? Okay, this is your BSP listing. This is what you use to refund, or this is not refund. This is what you use to do your BSP recon. And in here, you will have your refunds as well as your normal tickets. Now, you will notice here we have a lot of invoicing going on, okay? If you were capturing them as refunds, like Brenda, was it Brenda? That Brenda said earlier on, they would appear in here. If you capture them by using the retrieve button, they will physically lie in this section here. Okay, so it's not easy for you to distinguish whether it was a refund or whether it was just you reversing the invoice because it was maybe a cancelled ticket. So it's not jumping out at you. It doesn't mean it's wrong, but it just basically says to you, you're going to search a bit longer in your BSP recon because it's not going to jump out and say, hello, I'm a refund, if that makes sense. Okay, we'll do both options and I'll show you once we're done how you get it. All right, so here's your credit note. To do this refund, you're going to go into new refund notice. The other reason also why we have that is because you will sometimes find that the refund number will differ from the actual ticket number. So when you do a ticket lookup, you use that retrieve button, you have no place for the refund number. So if your client, or if you have to do a quick refund search, now with your quick ticket lookup, you can search either by the refund number or by the ticket number. So if they differ, it'll still bring up the results for both of them. If you didn't use that refund number, you're never ain't gonna find it ever, and you will always rely on the ticket number itself. Okay, let's go ahead. Refund number is 507-381-4228. System asks for a ticket number. Is the ticket number in this instance the same? Yes, it is. Now, the minute I do that, there's hope, guys. It's not like you've lost all your hard work and you have to type all this nonsense in. When it finds that ticket and it was actually invoiced, all you need to do is you need to import it. Now, you can either double click or you can just click on import here. If you want to go and type in all that nonsense there, not nonsense, but all that information for the reports, which is very important for reporting, but it's a nuisance to type in. If you want to, then you can just say ignore. I'm not going to type stuff that I can get. So I'm importing. Immediately, the system is going to import the original information for me. Now at this stage, my system is telling me that my client is expecting a refund of 11,514 Rand and 93 cents. Can you see that? Do you need me to open up that billing, or can you quickly open it up on your side? Can anybody tell me what the actual refund total was? Any guesses? Can anybody see? Do I need to bring that screen up for you? Badia is saying the amount should be 10,144 Rand and 93 cents. Right, so Badia's got one answer. Debbie's saying you need to check what the cancellation fee is. Yes. So basically what you will do is you'll look at the total, less your cancellation fee, less your VAT on cancellation fee. If my dog is making too much of a noise, please tell me so I can go put her away. I think there's a bird sitting in front of the window now. She's going ballistic, you know, DEFCON 1. Here we go. But in any event. All right. I'm going to say you both are right, but let's see what the answer is. The next question I want to ask, show of hands, who of you takes this line and manipulates this? So if you're using option 1, meaning I'm going to go and just change everything now so that it agrees to my BSP billing, that's option 1. Option 2 is I'm going to go save this line and open another line to show my cancellation penalty separately so my client can see exactly what the airline charged because it wasn't me. That's option 2. Who uses option 1 versus option 2? It's not a wrong, it's not a right, but I'm going to focus on option 2. Why? Transparency, 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 and it seems like all my people are saying option 2, so I'm so very proud of you. Right, so we're not going to touch anything here. This is the original one. This is when we invoiced what they said was the original amount. Right? Happy days? Lekker. So let's go save. Woo, and now it needs a credit note reason. If you don't have this, don't freak out. Deirdre has every bell on, as I said earlier on, and somebody wants to know why I'm doing a credit note, and I have to go and tell the system why. If you don't have it on, don't freak out. I almost want to say just sigh relief because really, it does get a bit much. I need to say why I'm doing it. So it's like slap on the hand, chuff, chuff, quick, quick. Now, do I need to go and type all of that all over again? No. Yay, Mary Jane, that was a quick no. I love it. Yeah, no. We're going to copy, guys. Copy so that all the information, all the flight info at the top is still there because you don't need to go recapture. Please don't recapture. What I would do before I do anything else is I will go zero out anything that has any amounts in it. Can you see this section here? Immediately go zero out everything so that you don't have something creeping in the background and making you go, oh my gosh, I can't balance. I don't know what the hell happened. Okay. Do we have a cancellation penalty? Absolutely yes. What is our cancellation penalty? 1,370 Rand. Do you all agree with me? Can you see where I got that on the billing? You're welcome to unmute, guys. I'm not going to fight with you if you unmute, eh? Unmuting is good because I need you to understand what I'm doing.
Yes, it's correct.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now don't feel so lonely. So the amount is 1,370. Okay. Is there VAT on my cancellation penalty?
No.
I don't know who said no.
Yes.
Somebody said no and somebody said yes. And this is why I say I need you to understand. Whenever you see ZVCP, it means this particular airline charged you VAT on the cancellation penalty. And this is why it's so important for you to attend training because some will charge VAT, others don't. And this is a very weird, freaky world we live in because Emirates, if you look at the Emirates didn't charge you VAT. There was no ZVCP. But this 157, Qatar, does charge VAT. You literally have to look at every line individually. There's no standard for any of your refunds. In this particular instance, Qatar charged a cancellation penalty of 1,370, which they made VATable, and the VAT portion was 205.50. Now, whenever you have a cancellation penalty, you need to put those amounts in minuses because we're deducting them. Okay, makes sense. You're not going to play with any airport taxes and you're not going to play with any VAT included in taxes because this line here is quite simply just for cancellation penalties and VAT, your ZVCP. Okay. We didn't have to give any commission back. So if you look at your BSP report, you will notice that there was 0 commissions that we're going to deduct. And guys, I know I've done this as cash, but trust me, I want to show you how to balance. We can go and change it to credit card just now, okay? I've got published fares on, it's a pain in the you knows what. You can go and change that, okay? If you don't have it, then don't stress about it. At this stage, my system is giving me, at a quick glance, a total, can you see, of 9,939 Rand and 43 cents. Now remember when I asked you earlier on, where's my PDF? Remember when I asked you earlier on, we were doing this refund, remember I said to you which answer is right? Is it the top, the middle, or the bottom? Which one's the right one? Why is this thing doing this? Can you see that it wasn't the bottom one? It was actually the total that says 9939.43. Can you see how IATA is trying to confuse the living daylights out of us? It is critically important when you do refunds to double check and make sure you have the right amounts, because IATA themselves don't know how to report. Does anybody have any questions about this particular transaction? Yes, you'll agree with me. Payment method should be credit card. So what do I need to do? I need to go change my payment method. Do you agree with me? Who agrees, who disagrees? You're welcome to agree or disagree. Anybody want to disagree with me about my payment method? Debbie's agreeing. Okay. If you are disagreeing with me and you're saying, no, Deirdre, but it's cash. Your original ticket was cash. You imported this ticket, Deirdre. Remember you, Deirdre, you click on the import button and it was cash. And if you look at that screen there, it is cash. Therefore, this refund must be cash. And I'm like, no, but the refund's saying credit card on this BSP. Why would there be a difference? There would be I can give you one very good reason why there would be a difference. The only time you will have a credit card refund on your BSP billing and you have gone and done this as a cash invoice and then now a cash refund is if you used your company's credit card to issue the ticket originally and you had to raise a cash invoice. We refer to it as internal credit card. Thank you, Daniel. Does it make sense? You're really welcome to unmute yourself. Guys, refunds is sticky and it can get confusing. For some people, it's going to be very straightforward. And for other people, you're going to be like, okay, you've just blown my mind. I'm totally confused. And I understand if you're confused. If you need me to explain it again, I will gladly do so. The only time you will have a CC refund on your billing and a cash transaction on your invoicing is if you've used your company's credit card and you still had to charge your client cash. Okay. In that instance, the payment method will remain cash, but it's only if you or your accountant, whoever, can verify that that credit card that was used on that particular refund was actually your own company's credit card. Okay. Very, very important. If they don't know and they don't understand, I will gladly talk them through to it because refunds and BSP can get very sticky very quickly. All right. Now on the right hand side, I'm still sharing, I think, my invoicing screen. I feel like a preacher. I'm like, sorry. So I'll stop now. Very important. Make sure that the amount you have here, the 9939.43, is actually the amount on your BSP refund. The middle line, remember that middle line? It wasn't the middle line and it wasn't the bottom line. The middle line that shows you how much was refunded for CC, that is actually the real one you want. Okay. What happens if I have a refund and I want to charge a service fee? Because really, do we ever work for free? And if you say yes, I'm going to be like, no, and I'll start crying. And trust me, crocodile tears isn't the nice thing. I got snots and everything. Okay. Please, if you do need to charge
Please
a
put the
service fee.
service fee, sorry.
No, I like that. Whoever said please put it, I agree. We should put it. Okay. Guys, if you need to put a service fee, you can either do it on here, because this is a cash credit note. Remember, we're giving this cash back. I can go and put my service fee on here to make this less, because I don't work for free. And if you work for free, you may be the Salvation Army Travel Agency, but I don't work for free. So I'm going to go new. And this time I'm going to go to fee reversal and feel like it's wrong because I'm not reversing my fee, but you'll get there. Hang on. Do I have something for refunds? I do. Can I link it? You bloody must. Okay. Put in that ticket number. Again, just so that it can link back to your original ticket reference. Passenger's name. And how much? Okay, I don't work for free, so I'm going to charge you $300 because I can. If I put this in like this now, I'm giving him back $300. Don't do that. Okay. I'm going to put VAT on there because it is VATable. Oh, for heavens, this credit note reason. Can you see? I put the service fee as a normal 300 Rand. So what's it doing? It's giving him a 300 Rand. No, don't do that. If you want to deduct the 300 Rand from his refund.
Put the negative sign.
Yay! Who said that? 20 points credit to you.
Ryan from Botswana.
Yay! I love you. Please put in that minus. It looks like it's a credit, but it's changing it into a debit. And look there. That 345 now gets deducted from his refund from the airline, and he only will get 9,594 Rand or Pula and some odd cents. Okay, that is how you do it. This is the ideal way of doing it. It's a nice paper trail, all of that. That being said, I've now done this. I'm going to go. Can I save my invoice so I can show you about the BSP and the retrieve difference that you all have? Wait, I'm waiting. Mary, you need to tell me why I'm waiting. Are you making screenshots, babes? Okay, Mary, you're going to have to tell me when I can go on, nah? The second line, yes. Let's go back into the second line. You can unmute yourself if you want to, if you have a microphone. Why is the second line in minuses? Is that what you want to know? Oh, this dog's killing me. Don't you have to change the passenger part to cancellation penalty? I'm going to say no. And if you disagree, it's quite okay if you do. I am not changing this to cancellation penalty because when I do my report on travel spent by passenger, if it has cancellation penalty in there, I won't know that this line is linked to that particular passenger. So I'm saying no. Feel free to disagree. You can disagree if you want to. If you're doing it different in your office, there's no wrong. Please remember, there's no wrong, no right. The only reason why I'm not changing that passenger cola Peter to cancellation penalty is because when I do reporting, travel reports, and I have to do it by passenger, and they say, please give me a travel report for the past year that includes all my flown and cancelled tickets by passenger. If I have cancelled ticket in there, my report is just going to say cancellation penalty, and it won't tell me who the actual traveler was who was cancelled or refunded. Okay. Does that answer your question, Mary Jane? Okay. Sorry about that. I sometimes feel like I'm party pooper, but I think it helps if I explain why we work it. Yeah. It's definitely for recon purposes. I'm going to kill whoever's walking. Let me just get rid of them. Sorry. Okay. DEFCON 1, the threat is gone. Hopefully my dogs will settle down. Sorry about that noise. Okay, dokes. I'm going to go ahead and save this, and I'm going to show you that billing quickly. Okay, credit note 360. I'm just going to make a note of it. If I now go and run this BSP recon, and this is, remember, the report that you're going to run your BSP recon on, where you will compare what is in your billing versus what is actually in your system. Okay, and that being said, please tell me you are all using the quick trav thingy that does the BSP recon for you, which is 170 Rand a month, where it will take your billing imported and do your recon for you in 5 minutes, so it leaves you with reconcilable items to work on. If you don't know about it, I've got a session on that, I think on the 28th, 29th of Feb. Join me, you're going to love me. But for now, if you're doing it manually, come in here.
Deirdre, we're in June. July, sorry.
Are you enjoying? I'm sleeping on the. Woo! Clearly, guys, this whole COVID thing, the brain is suffering. I'm missing normality. Mind you, every day now is new normal, so I suppose I better shush now. All right, I'm gonna for now. Okay, let's do all. Thanks, though. Did I say June? I meant July, guys. I love you. Right, I'm gonna just print it. I think it's easier. Okay, I'm going to share. Where's that billing? BSP listing. Right, everybody have got their eyes on my BSP listing? Yeah? If you don't, and I'm talking and you can't see it, please just unmute and tell me, because I really can't see. This is your listing. As I say, you have all your invoices and all of that stuff. But the moment you put it in refunds, it lies in the refund section. So it makes it much easier for you to see what exactly was refunds versus which tickets were just reverse tickets. Maybe you had to cancel them because the client's not traveling, or maybe it was an invoicing error, those kind of things. That's why we prefer refunds. Okay, you don't have to. It's just a better audit trail. Can you all see my refunds? Do you like it? What do you think? Do you think I'm just overzealous here and trying to make it difficult on all of you in the way you've been doing it up to now? Can you see the reason why I'm doing this? I'm assuming you're saying yes. Would you like me to do another refund? A quick show of hands, yes, no? If you don't, then I'm going to open. Yes, please. Okay, good. Right, so let's go look at the refunds. There we go. Let's go to this. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. Share screen. Where's the BSP one? There we go. Okay, so here's another refund. Chances of me not invoicing it is very high, the probability. So I'm going to try and see if I've invoiced this particular one, which is quite a big amount on SAA. It also has a huge cancellation penalty, can you see here, as well as a ZVCP. Okay, if we don't have this ticket, I'm going to now just type it in manually. I'm not going to use the retrieve button. If it doesn't come up, forgive me. As I say, I was preparing for all of this and then I got roped into taking over Swani's session, which I do apologize. Okay, let's go back into invoicing. Right, we're going to do a quick ticket lookup and see if I've done this. Ticket number 31779699781. All right, I have not done a refund. Now I'm going to go and do a manual refund, and I'm going to do a whole lot of typing, so bear with me, okay? All right, so let's pretend I've now gone up at super speed. I've printed the BSP from BSP list, the BSP link report. I've printed out that ticket, I've gone into Galileo or in Amadeus and I've done my report on that ticket, and it's shown me this consultant, and I was able to pull it in, and the consultant was like, I'm sorry, I was sick that day, I had tummy ache. We're like, oh, it's okay, I love you, it's fine, it's just like 30,000 Rand we lost from our client, lucky. Okay, she promises to the invoice, but your client is screaming, he wants his money because he's already for some odd reason paid you. Let's pretend it's a leisure client. Okay, you need to do this refund. We know the invoice is going to come. Somebody's going to go do the invoice, but you now need to do this credit note. Let's pretend we're going to do it manually, okay? Capture the account number. So invoice header details at the top. We're going to go new, and this time again, it is a refund notice. Deirdre loves refund notices. If you do a normal air ticket, you would have the exact same screen, except this little button here on the left-hand side that makes you complete stuff that says refund number wouldn't be there. But I'm typing it in because this is the way Deirdre does it. She doesn't like it other ways. All right, now this isn't like, listen here, what the hell? You haven't done this. And we're going to like, shh, listen, Cookie is invoicing, shut up, I'm doing the refund. And you're going to be like, yes, okay, good, there we go, at the type. And now all this information you have with you, so you're going to have to type it in because the consultant is now in tears because you're a best friend and yeah, we're just making up nonsense as we're going. Passenger was Tears Joseph. It was on the IATA number for that Okie. I don't think a fare of 29,000 Rand would be domestic, so let's make it international. Do they still fly to, if they don't fly to JFK, guys, just like pretend they do, okay? All of this you now get from that BSP. If you went into BSP link, you did a document inquiry. All of this information is on there. Alternatively, it's on the printout that the consultant will give you. You all agree with me? I don't know what the times are. Guys, if these times are wrong, just forgive me now. Mind you, you might actually fly back in time, but in any case, pretend, no? You all like me, I like you, we like each other, no? Okay, so the fare is 29990.00. Was there any commission? Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to first do the full ticket. Do you agree with me? Anybody? Do you know why I'm doing the full ticket first and then the second line second? Or should I just do it in one line? What would you do in a case like this? Because you now don't have the info and you need to add it up. What would you do?
Do it as previously.
Can I? Thank you. All right, guys, in that case, I'm just quickly adding up my taxes. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Okay, if I add up all my taxes of 120, 23, 61, 6613, 71, 22, 190, 238.07 and 6770, I get a total of 8395.68. I'm not looking at my cancellation penalty. Can you see I'm specifically ignoring my cancellation penalty at this stage? Why? Because I want the full original ticket total. Make sense what I'm saying? And the commission they gave me was actually a total of 302 Rand and 90 cents. That's what the total was they gave me. There was no VAT. Right. Oh, yes, me and my published fares. There we go. Okay, this is from the original ticket total. This is what the original ticket's cost was. Okay, 29,990 on the fare. And then if I add all my taxes together, and I'm not looking at CP or ZVCP, if I add all my taxes together, I get to a total of 8395.68. So this is my first line. The second line, now, of course, is going to be all about cancellation penalty and VAT on cancellation penalty. Now remember I said to you, whenever you start, copy, but immediately go and make all your values 0 so that you don't confuse yourself or get something that just creeps in and is incorrect. VAT 7497.50 is my cancellation penalty. And do I have VAT on it? And I'm an idiot. Do I have VAT on it? Yes. Remember that ZVCP of 1124.62? Everybody still with me? Okay. Once I'm done, I click on save. Oh, I love this published fair reasons. Do you guys use published fair reasons a lot? Just as a matter of interest, because I'm hating it. I know I have it on, but I hate it. Okay. My system, or I am telling myself here that I have a refund of 29,763.56. Can you see that? When I look at my billing is telling me that it has a refund of 30,888.18. Is mine correct?
No.
No, I know. Deirdre is like, Deirdre, how the hell did you add up? Because you're clearly missing something very big here. Why? Because somewhere there was probably a tax, like a YQ tax or something like that, that was in the original ticket, and that's why we have a difference. So what do? I have to go and change. Is the cancellation penalty and the VAT on cancellation penalty correct? Yes? Do you agree with me? Can you, anybody double check me and just make sure I'm right? Anybody? I need you to double check me, please, because I've definitely made a mistake. All right, so we're one step closer. Quite right for whoever. Badia, well done. Okay. So we need to go put that in, right? Does that look a bit better? No, because it should be here. But here's my question, Badia. You're quite right. But look here. I've already given it back on the original one. You're welcome to unmute yourself, eh? Remember, on the first line, I've already given back the 302.90. So I'm not going to go and refund it again on the cancellation penalty, because it's not a cancellation penalty. Does it make sense what I'm saying? You guys are quiet. I'm worried. Hello? Anybody out there? My taxes is incorrect. I'm just writing down the total, what it should be. Is it 888? Oh, I'm such a no-no. My taxes are still wrong. Wait, let me just get a plus 952.30, sorry. Thanks, Eholami. Now I don't feel so lonely. Okay. Did I not share it with you, Debbie? On PDF? If I'm nasty and I didn't share it, I'm sorry. Let me go there. Let's share. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I've just shared the billing. Can you see if you can see it now or still not? do this, okay. Okay, now you can see. All right, so what's your job? Your job is to write down your fare, and then you need to add in all your taxes. And my dog is making a noise, so I'll pick it in. Okay, big thing you need to remember is that the amount that they've refunded is 30,888 Rand and 18 cents, of which 29,990 is your fare. And then also what they've deducted is there's a cancellation penalty and there's the VAT on cancellation penalty. Now what you do, and I'm going to go stop sharing this, I'm going to jump back into invoicing so that you can see. No, wrong one, sorry. Where's my invoicing? There we go. I have my fare of 29,990. I've added all my taxes together, which is 9,520. I've given back my com, which is 302.90. And then I went and I did the cancellation penalty, which is 7,497, as well as the VAT on the cancellation penalty, which is 1,124.62. Once I've saved all of them, I balance back, no, it's 29,460. Is this a cash? Oh, I'm an idiot. Guys, why are you not telling me I'm an idiot? My VAT's wrong. My taxes are wrong. Please could you share your screen? Did I not share my screen? Oh, sorry. I'm in a training session. Do you mind? You know, you have visitors and you don't want them. Let me just... Oh, guys, sorry, I have some domestic, I almost want to do some domestic violence over here. People, sorry about that. This taxes cannot be wrong. Can somebody help me calculate, please? Or do you want me to? Where's my screen gone? Am I still sharing?
Please share the BSP.
Here we go. Here we go. It's the bottom one. I was adding up the top one. No wonder I'm not balancing. Okay, so let's open up that calculator. Sorry. Do you agree with me? My taxes is 120 plus 23.61 plus 661.371.22. Can anybody verify that the total taxes, I'm not talking about cancellation penalty, is 8395.68? SA has done something weird on this refund, guys. Is it, or is it just me? They're not balancing. Don't you love SA? Okay, guys. What has SA? SA is not balancing. We don't have a line balance. I'm going to share. Which one would you like me to share? Do you want me to share my invoicing screen or do we stay on BSP? I want to. Okay, so 83, we all agree that 8395.68 is, that's what I've got. Is everybody else, if you add, I'm not looking at cancellation penalties. I'm not looking at the VAT on cancellation penalties. How the hell did they get their totals? All right.
I get it. Sorry, excuse me, I get it. the total transactions account less the fare and less the tax plus less the penalty, it will give you 3888.18.
I have that as
fare?
well. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But
Yeah.
my problem is, I'm going to share quickly and you'll, okay, hold on. Am I sharing my BSP screen with you all? You can say yes if it is. Guys, am I?
Yes,
Okay.
let's see that.
Okay, now I've got this total that the client got back. Can you see 30,888.18? Can you see that? So we've got that on invoicing. I'll show you now. The problem is they want us to balance back to this 29,460.66. And I'm saying I'm not balancing. And I don't know why I'm not
Can you
balancing.
please go back to the invoicing?
I'm
We can
in
see where we
invoicing.
get wrong.
Okay, can you see we've got an amount of 30,888.18, which is exactly the same as the BSP for the client, the transaction amount.
Yeah.
That is the transaction amount is the amount the client got. So we are balancing from a transaction amount. When I go into my accounting analysis, look at this. My total is wrong. My total is giving me a total of 30,585.28, not the 29,460. Which is the VAT on cancellation penalty. That's why we missed. There we go. This line balance isn't balancing. If you take 30,585.28 less what they've given us on IATA, which is 29,460, it's
625. Sorry.
Where are you getting 62? I'm getting 1124.62. Let me try and share my right-hand screen because then you guys will understand what I'm talking about. Can everybody see my calculator? Anybody?
No.
No, it's not sharing my calculator. Does this thing not have a calculator? Okay, let's go like this. Let's just make a note. Okay, so according to this, my BSP amount is 30,585.28. Do you all agree with me? Let me share my invoicing again with you. I don't know what Zoom has done. I'm going to kill them. Invoicing screen, is it shared? Can you see my screen? Yes, thanks. Thanks, Venetia. Thanks, Nishan. All right. According to this, my IATA payable amount is 3585.28. The billing has an amount of 29,460.66. So if I go and I say 3585.28 minus 29,460.66, it gives me a difference of 1124.62. The 1124.62, believe it or not, is your cancellation, the VAT on your cancellation penalty. I'm going to share my screen. I've just picked up where the problem is. Look at them. They're idiot. Well, yeah, they're weird people. I shouldn't say idiots. That's a bad word. If you're looking at my billing, there's the difference that I was referring to right now. So it's almost like they duplicated the VAT on cancellation penalty to give them a line balance. What I want to know from IATA, and I know it's not your problem, but what I want to know from IATA is why does this thing not line balance? If I add all of these up, I should get to the total. Why am I never getting there, especially with SAA? I think SAA, the way they are reporting is incorrect, because you can never balance this back to that, because it literally means I have to go and deduct another 1,124 Rand and 62 cents off my commission. That's literally what this means. If you ever get something like this where the line does not balance, guys, you need to fight with SAA, because you've just lost an extra 1,124 Rand. You, not your client, you've just lost this money. And I mean, you were only earning 302 Rand commission. They are robbing you, Nushin. They are absolutely robbing you. I want you to please, and yeah, you're going to have to go and adjust. For this invoice, you will have to go and adjust your commission amount to get you back to the 29,460.66. Okay. But I would strongly suggest you guys, with all the refunds that's been happening for the past year, ever since we went onto this new billing, I would strongly suggest you all going back to all the refunds, especially from SAA. I'm not saying the others don't do it, but especially from SAA. Go back and double check these line balances, because they're not balancing at all. And fight with SAA. Look, we don't know if we're going to get any money back with them, and if they're going to go totally defunct. But the guys, you've lost this particular instance. We've lost 1,124 Rand because somebody captured the refund on their side incorrectly. I'm so sorry. Big thing with refunds: check, check, double check, super double check. It's one small thing like this, and look, there's a 1,124 Rand out of pocket. I unfortunately have another session at 2, so I'd like to take this on. If you want to go back to refunds again, pop us a mail, sales at Quick Software, and we can have another one. If you want to use your refunds, send them to me. I take out your IATA number, I take out your name, so you're totally anonymous. If you want to play with more refunds, we can definitely do that again. But yeah, I have to finish up, because if I don't, they're going to steal my session and just close us up. Anybody have any questions? I've got about 3 minutes before I need to go. Anybody have any questions? Except SAA robbing us, and probably all the other airlines as well. I honestly didn't expect this miscalculation from the airline. I promise I did. It was not intentional. My idea was to show you how to do refunds. You saw on Qatar how easy it is, and it's straightforward. But this Oki is a bit of a problem. I do apologize. Any questions? Anything you want to mention? Anything you want to say? Anything you want to share? I think we're all in shock now, aren't we? Everybody, it's been an absolute pleasure. I'm going to have to say goodbye to you until the next session. I'm not sure what it is, and I think I'm going to host it. I have no idea. On this very, it feels like we went on a roller coaster ride. On this roller coaster ride, if you want more info on refunds, or you want us to help you and go through them, please contact us. We'll gladly do that. I totally feel deflated now. I don't know why. I feel deflated. I'm going to cry. But take care, and until the next session, be safe. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Most welcome. Be careful.